Commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Richard. Compliments of the season, the one and all, as Arsenal set out here with the same 11 which faced Chelsea, with, of course, Manuel Almunia in goal. William Gallas, goal-getter supreme at the moment, marshalling the back four. Emmanuel Adebayor has made a very quick recovery from the injury which forced him off last weekend. Robin van Persie might have started today, but for a thigh strain in training. Emmanuel Adebayor has scored in his last 4 games against Spurs. Eduardo, the match winner in the Carling Cup at Blackburn on Tuesday, is amongst the substitutes.
Well, there's not a lot you can say about this. That's pretty much as good as it gets for Arsenal. Robin van Persie might argue that he could improve that 10 outfield players. I'm not so sure. When it plays well, it really does play well. And with Kleb in that area to supplement that midfield quartet, that's a key area. And if Arsenal play well with those 5 players, then inevitably the football will be good, it'll be great to watch, and they'll give Tottenham real problems.
Well, Paul Robinson in more confident vein these days after a couple of clean sheets. They'll need him to be confident today, you feel. Zakora suspended, Michael Dawson still suffering from migraine, and plenty of headaches for Spurs with 5 first-choice centre-backs out. Pascal Chimbonda moves into the middle with midfield man Teemu Tainio at right-back. In midfield, Jermaine Jenas missing out with an ankle problem. Jamie O'Hara is in the starting 11 for the first time after 2 impressive outings recently as a substitute. And Wande Ramos has opted to bring back Robbie Keane after suspension to support Dimitar Berbatov. And amongst the Tottenham substitutes, 19-year-old defender Troy Archibald Henville.
Well, when I look at this team, Martin, I think the statement that comes to mind is the best form of defence is attack. And I feel with this setup that that's what they've got to do. In this midfield area, I'm not so sure Lennon defensively, Boateng defensively, how good he'll be. We don't know if Malbranque will play in or out here. It'll be either him or O'Hara. They may swap those positions, we'll wait and see. But again, that's a quartet that you wouldn't bet money on defensively that they can stop Arsenal's passing and movement. They'll try and get Keane back in. They'll try and get Robbie Keane back in and get him up beside Berbatov whenever they can. But it's a hard work for Robbie Keane, and it's a game where you just feel if they don't get the ball to the front too often enough, they could be in for a long afternoon.
So Robbie Keane is back to further this rivalry, which is one of football's most explainable. Arsenal founded and based initially in South London. They up sticks and invaded Tottenham territory, though that was 94 years ago. The grudge has been handed down the generations of Spurs supporters. The current edge is based on 16 North London Premier League derbies without a Spurs win. Spurs haven't beaten Arsenal this century. It's 19 games in all competitions, and of course there's a second successive 2-game semi-final in the Carling Cup to come next month. But 3 days before Christmas, seasonal spirit is about to be suspended here for the next couple of hours. Only the geography is neighbourly about the North London derby. It is Arsenal against Tottenham Hotspur from the Emirates Stadium, and it's live.
And he headed one into the corner.
At Threshers, buy any 2 bottles of wine or champagne, and we'll drop in a third for free.
Fahrenheit 32, the new fragrance from men by Dior.
Are we going out then?
Don't push it, Dan.
Come on. It'll be fun. Go out there in the freezing wastes. Must be mad. It's my birthday. It is his birthday. Well, why didn't you say so? Of course we're going out. Is it smart? Smart casual, probably. Ah, that's the spirit, boys.
Let's give Dan the best birthday he'll ever remember.
Come on then, guys, let's go.
Let's brighten it up.
Now the weekend of Barclays Premier League football starts at the Emirates. It's Arsenal against Tottenham. Interactive. If you wish to enjoy that facility, push the red button on your remote control and follow the instructions. Match commentators at the Emirates, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
William Gallas has become a real captain marvel for Arsenal with a crucial goal in each of the last 3 Premier League games at the Emirates. Juan Ramos has been here before, shaking Arsene Wenger's hand before and after his Sevilla were beaten severely 3-0 in the Champions League group game in September. And what turned out to be his last few days as a manager of that Spanish club.
19, Gilberto.
Rob Stiles is the referee.
26, Nicholas Bendtner. Well, the 2 youngsters are having the time of their life.
Well, Jamie O'Hara, it's a big day for him, his first Spurs start. He spent some successful time on loan at Millwall earlier this season. They were hoping to regain his services in the January transfer window, but it looks as though that's not going to happen now, because he's been identified by Juan Ramos as a player. He's naturally left-sided. Andy, as you say, could play in one on the left, the centre of midfield, or wide left. But to play your first full game in a North London derby,
not bad. They always say remember you first. It'll be hard to see him forgetting this one way or the other.
Robbie Keane is one of those Tottenham players who has enjoyed a win over Arsenal, not in Tottenham's colours. It was for Coventry. And there are others, Chimbonda with Wigan, Tainio with Auxerre. But given their defensive problems, and given that Arsenal are the top scorers in the Barclays Premier League, as you say, it does promise to be a longish 90 minutes for Spurs, but you never know. Derby day is often an unpredictable day. And here's Flamini and Fabregas. And the real thorn in Spurs' side in recent meetings, Adebayor looking to run in behind them. Rosicky. Flamini.
Well, the key really is can they break up Arsenal's rhythm? Can they break up their play? They want to slip into it right away, Arsenal. Passing movement, good rotation about the field. And it just depends how good Tottenham are going to be at upsetting that rhythm, that style, and having an influence on the game themselves.
Arsenal haven't won a trophy for 2.5 years, but they have won plenty of admirers with the way they set out to play. Glad finding room early. Adebayor. And Bouet has made a pretty rapid recovery. Didn't look too good for him when he was taken off here last Sunday. And goes Flamini! And 1 or 2,000 thought that'll hit the inside of the net.
And we were 2 of those. From this side, it looks like he's just hooked this in. Lovely little ball in, and well, Kaboul doesn't really react quick enough. He thinks he can deal with that. And Flamini really surprises him. Just hooks his leg round the body of Kaboul. I don't think the goalkeeper's getting that if it's on target. Took him by surprise as well.
Flamini has forced his way back into the side. The second half of last season, he seemed surplus to requirements. He and Fabregas and Kleb are great friends off the pitch as well. They really enjoy their work together in the team. Keane, Berbatov has a swing and a miss, substantially.
Well, just looking at Tottenham set up, Malbranque is playing from the left. O'Hara has moved one infield. You see them there, 2 young boys there in the centre circle. Boateng and O'Hara. What a big ask it is for those 2.
And we think how limited is Kevin Prince Boateng's experience for the Premier League as well. Only his 3rd start. This is Eboué by Fabregas. to Sanya. Cleared by Boateng. A bit of coming together there where Sanya thought he was impeded, Rob Stars thought otherwise. Arsenal eager to get back on the ball, and the whistle does go this time. Boateng is responsible for Adebayor hitting the deck.
Yeah, just unbalanced him a little as he was running at that kind of pace. Doesn't take an awful lot. Very purposeful here, very direct. Just edges him and he loses his footing, really.
Toure and Gallas are up. Gallas very much a goal scorer in form. And his centre-back partner, Kolo Toure, has prodded it in Paul Robinson's direction.
Again, another one of these half chances. A bit like Flamini's when he can only just, as you describe it, prod at the ball.
Mistake by Clichy. Most of these Arsenal players has known nothing really but success against Spurs. Berbatov. He's kept it in. Lennon's in there. Antonio sliding in. Zitsky picked off by O'Hara. Now Flamini. Well, for many of you, a two-week holiday starting today. Plenty of football on the horizon. And this is the time of year when the players and managers are asked to put the fans first. Very much part of the tradition of the English game, which some of the imports find a little hard to buy into.
Well, you have to get used to it. To play in this league, it's part and parcel of it.
Gallas. Tottenham prepared to work hard at the front. Keane's pretty well forward. And he can do when Spurs have the ball to get alongside Berbatov, the point you were making, Andy, with the team captions. And Arsenal have the possession now, and Flamini getting ahead of Kleb.
A chance. Just the ball was a little more weight on it, then Flamini would have been gone. Now that's what Arsenal are trying to do, slipped into gear already, shifting it about the pitch, working Tottenham.
Up goes Adebayor. And Chimbonda's got plenty of spring, running as a central defender, but it's just getting enough players around who are good at marking to deal with the set pieces. Really have been cruelly hit in that one area of the team. The middle of the defence, still of course waiting for Ledley King's return. There have been improvements for the Spurs captain, but as is often the case when you've had a long absence, you pick up a little muscle strain when you come back. Which is why King's missing today. Adebayor. Clichy. The flag was up. Sean Proctor-Green doing the duty on the far side. We talk about Arsenal being top scorers, Andy. Spurs have only scored 5 less, but they've let in more than twice as many.
Yes, I mean, I think their strengths are evident when you look at the Tottenham side, but so are their deficiencies have been this season, and that's reflected in goals for and against.
But 1-0 away at Portsmouth they've won, 2-0 away at Manchester City in the Carling Cup with 10 men they've won. Bronk scored in that game, and he finds Lennon here. There are plenty in there for Spurs. It's an important touch by Sanya.
That's a great header. It's just one of those crosses you drop in there. If it's just a little less weight on it, then Berbatov heads it in. A little stronger, and Keane does the same at the back post.
Kabul. Arsene Wenger talking yesterday about how he believed that Tottenham would come here and not try and spoil proceedings, that they be true to their own footballing traditions.
Well, as I've said, I don't think they can sit back, not with this team. I think it's one of those where they've got to try and influence at the top end, as they've just done. They worked it quite well here, and Sanya's header is vitally important. And they get 3 in the box, and it's a good spread. 1 near post, 1 middle, 1 back post. And Sanya just gets a position for himself and hopes that the ball will drop on him, and it did.
It's amazing, in 7 of the last 10 derby games, Tottenham have been in the lead, and they've won none of them. Taken by Lee for Spurs. Bronk. O'Hara had a big part in that Bronk goal. The City of Manchester Stadium wrapped up a great win in its own right, and of course has set up a double derby to come against Arsenal in January. First leg here in the semi-finals of the League Cup.
Yeah, I think Tottenham might be facing an entirely different side, mind you, at those 2 games.
Well, it is an entirely different Arsenal side to that which won at Blackburn on Tuesday night. Chimbonda. Robinson, Jamie Redknapp was talking about improved fitness for Spurs. It started with the goalkeeper who's lost a few kilos. Here's O'Hara. Now Lee. Berbatov just waiting on the edge of the area. Now Bronk. Boateng. Now Lennon. Certainly a fleet-footed battle between Lennon and Clichy. Now Bronk. Picked off by Gallas. Makes ground for himself. Looked early for Adebayor, or early-ish. Picked up by Fabregas. Now Boué. Sanya's gone outside him. Comes to Fabregas. Rosicki, who's not picked up. Adebayor looking for a cross here, trying to guide it down for Boué rather than go for goal himself.
It was a super little effort, and it was the right decision from Adebayor. I always thought he was struggling to get the power because it's a little high for him. And this is where Tottenham have got to be careful. They had a bit of play themselves, but they get caught a little on the break. I don't think Adebayor can score with that header, and he thinks he knows that. That's why he's looking for his mate.
Put away classily, as usually the case by Berbatov. Now Bronk.
I think Tottenham have shown enough in the opening 10 minutes to suggest that we're going to have quite an open game this afternoon.
Well, as you said, Andy, attack the best form of defence. I mean, you look at it, Lennon, Keane, Berbatov, now Bronk. Shortfall in those areas of selection for Juan de Ramos and Gus Poyet. There is a thing or two, of course, Gus, about these derby games, having played for Spurs in 5 of them. Flamini. Interception by Tanio. Lennon. Have the better of Clichy. That's the go again. Strong work by O'Hara for Spurs. Using his favoured left foot, but not getting the elevation that the cross really needed.
No, he might have just rolled that back to Tanio. A decent position.
Adebayor really wanted it to feet. Adebayor scored twice when Arsenal won 3-1 at White Hart Lane in September. Looking to complete a double over Spurs today in the Premier League, something they've only managed once before, despite this long unbeaten record, and a lot of draws in there. Toure, Adebayor, and Sanya, Flamini. There's no one attacking the cross. Clichy.
I think we might get a few periods in the game like this. We're just seeing where Arsenal might have a lot of possession in this kind of area. And Tottenham, when they can get organised, get 8 players back behind the ball, try and frustrate Arsenal.
And also, as they've shown already, try and get numbers forward when they are in possession, such as now. Kevin Prince Boateng. Clichy wins that little battle look at Lennon. Rosicki. An easy ball on to Fabregas. Not so easy through for Adebayor. Almost dropped from in the end. And the fact that Chimbonda chased that suggested that he thought it should have been a nasty.
I think that's exactly what influenced the referee.
It's actually been overruled by the referee.
Yeah.
No doubt about that one. So an irony. And the reaction to the assistant pointing the right way. Played by Lee. Toure. Now Flamini. Here's Kabul, who plays at the back with a sense of adventure. Tackling, of course, is very much an issue in the game at the moment.
Yeah, but I think it's important that we don't deny players the opportunity to make a tackle. That's just a mistimed one. Nothing sinister about that. It's a foul.
Flamini would miss the game at Everton in a week's time. If he picks up a yellow card today, it'll be his 5th of the season. Berbatov. Malbrock. Obviously with a licence to come in from that left-hand side and vary Tottenham's build-up. Still, when he does so, O'Hara and Boateng staying central. Little clip by Chimbonda and a raised flag against Berbatov. Still rumours persist that Tottenham might be selling a striker in January. And speculation in Russia that Kozhikov, who of course played under Juan de Ramos for Sevilla, is going to come to North London to link up again with his old coach.
A little unlucky there. Right idea. Gets a thumbs up from the skipper.
Shortcomings, his general use of English. Juan de Ramos has got the football vocabulary, I think, buttoned down now. Might be giving a few words of advice to Fabio Capello. Here's Clegg. Taken on by Adebayor. Adebayor coming in from the other side, but have to check back now. Antonio saying after the Manchester City game he played 70 minutes at right back. It's only the 2nd time he believed he'd ever played at right back in a senior game, so make this the 3rd. Antonio again, neatly finding Malbrock. Lennon. Keane's gone far post.
Might just be a key area, this one down in front of us for Tottenham and Arsenal. Be interested to see whether Lennon can get the better of Clichy. Not many do, certainly not pace-wise anyway. So he's got a trick or two, Aaron Lennon, that he might be able to use.
Boateng. Rob Styles, admitting that he blew too quickly. Arsenal were on the counter-attack. Honest mistake.
Yeah, it's just a poor decision, really.
Fabregas. Now Sagna. Fabregas. He was certainly scoring goals at a remarkable rate before his first suspension and then injury. O'Hara. Berbatov. So seen plenty of the ball, Jamie O'Hara. A little flick from Berbatov, trying to guide it through to Lennon, who was in the middle then. Here's Rosicky. Might suit Arsenal just to draw Spurs onto them a bit. Rosicky. Clichy's cross over Fabregas, who'd called for an early ball and got it, but a bit too high for him. Lennon. This is where Tottenham have been quite impressive and reasonably ambitious. Here's Lee. Arsenal have been able to regroup though. Boateng. Arsenal need to win to be sure of being top of the table on Christmas Day.
And I said before the game, it was important. Tottenham broke up Arsenal's possession. You could see there, they've had the fair share of it. So in that respect, 20 minutes of a job well done.
There have been a number of games recently where injuries during them has led to Chimbonda playing in the middle of the defence. He's a very confident character. No suggestion that Spurs are weak in that department with all these injuries so far. And here's Keane at the other end, full of trickery and Irish impudence on the ball. Nice play by Fabregas, but an all-round fleb. Fabregas has gone to the left and got the ball. And Arsenal rather cut down, and here's Berbatov, keen to work with. Lost possession there. Berbatov will get something like a cuff around the ear, but
just gets caught with a straight hand, I think. Flamini tackled him.
He's got that rather doleful look about him at times, Dimitar Berbatov.
Yeah.
You're never quite sure how serious it is. Here's Flamini. Early kick-off, and Arsenal haven't quite got into their usual groove as yet.
No, they haven't. I think particularly when it's like it is now, when Tottenham have got set and they've got there's 2 units up. Arsenal found it hard to break them down.
Rosicky. Kleb. Well read by Chimbonda. Hands on by Rosicky. Quite happy to take the free kick quickly and set Tanio on the ball. He's not going to hit the right angle there. Flamini. Tottenham will be quite happy to see the passes in this part of the pitch. Toure.
I think that's what people have to realise, particularly Arsenal supporters, that they can't do it every game all the time. You know, it is a wonderful way of playing football, great to watch. And it doesn't always work. So patience required an awful lot. He knows that more than most. And this is a game like it today. They're going to need a bit of patience.
A bit early for us in the kick-off as well, maybe. There's no doubting the trust that's placed in him by the Arsenal tens of thousands. Adebayor rolling Kabul.
I often wonder if Kabul in the papers today saying that, you know, he's played it every time he's played against Adebayor. Adebayor hasn't scored against him. I always think that's dangerous to be saying that just before a game. So we shall see.
Especially as Adebayor scored pretty much against every other Spurs centre-back. His time in the derbies, 5 in his last 4 games against today's opposition.
Well, Aaron Lennon asking the same question, Arsenal where I want to go. Why are you blowing your whistle? Furious that he was being dragged back after he was right at Arsenal's back 4.
Probably a devil on days like this between the 2 sets of supporters, but the football match being conducted as that, and nothing really feisty so far. Lee. Now Chimbonda. Robinson, well, he didn't need to swing a boot at it quite so dramatically, but there was certainly cause for concern. The nonchalant ball back to the goalkeeper. Adebayor within range. Gallas. The longer it stays goalless, the more you'll see Gallas in the Tottenham penalty area. Just scoring recently, but the value of his goals. Extraordinary equaliser against Manchester United, a late breakthrough against Wigan. They had a lot of problems that are similar today in that match here. And of course, to beat his old club Chelsea.
I think in the favour is they've had to do that quite a bit this season here, particularly when it hasn't gone well for them early in matches. Be patient. Wait till late on for the breakthrough. That might be the case today.
Toure. Adebayor, difficult one to control, even for someone as clever with the ball as he is. And where's the support, he says? They're standing on the edge of the area, that's the answer. No one was taking a chance for breaking into the box. And a free kick given away by Flamini.
Interesting decision that again.
But just rather summing up the mentality of Arsenal's midfield at that moment or two earlier. Adebayor worked really hard to get the ball under control.
In fairness to them as well, it's been an area of the game that they've worked on, and they do get more players in the box now than probably ever before.
Berbatov, Gallas wants Balmounie to get there.
Just needs to bring that down, Berbatov, I thought. And a bit more space than he realised.
Fabregas. Up to Adebayor, more direct play from Arsenal. Kleb, Adebayor. Backed up by Kleb again. Rosicki's there. Fabregas was waiting for it for some time. Tottenham trying to get around him and forcing a mistake. Collected play by the side from White Hart Lane.
Yeah, defending as a team.
Here's Berbatov. To bide his time, but Haru's there, and Malbronk trying to get Spurs on the front foot wherever possible. The ball carrying by Fabregas. Rosicki. Gleb didn't expect it when it came. He readjusted. Rosicki.
Was that not a defender that played that? I don't know whether O'Hara just hooked his foot round and played that one up in the air. Rosicki nicks it up in the air just then, but I just thought O'Hara's just left foot comes round. Yeah. I know the linesman can't see that, but I mean, Rob Stells was looking right at it. You see him on the right of the screen, so he should be able to make that decision on his own and just wave play on.
And he was looking for the flag, and he saw it and acknowledged it. On Sunday, Newcastle against Derby, Sky Sports 1 and HD1, part of a double-header live from the Barclays Premier League, backed up by Blackburn against Chelsea. Monday Ramos had a chastening experience here with Sevilla back in the autumn. He set out Spurs as if he's learnt from that evening in the Champions League. Tottenham are supposedly at their weakest because of the loss of several senior centre-backs. Arsenal haven't really been able to show whether that's a weakness or not.
No. I think they've defended better as a team. I just wouldn't have blamed their back four and the goalkeeper for the loss of so many goals.
Attacking as a team here with Berbatov. Sanya's header, touched by Boateng though, and O'Hara. They've been eager in that department. And here's Lennon. Put in one very good cross earlier. And that's not a good one at all.
Well, he had the chance to cross that without even taking Clichy on. Clichy didn't close him down very quickly. When he had a chance, he took a touch, looked up. If he was going to play it, maybe should have done so then. But I think Tottenham today, to me, I've seen quite a lot of them this year, and I think as a team they've defended poorly. The protection they've given their back four has been, well, non-existent at times. It's been much better this afternoon. I think the quartet of midfield players have worked really hard when they've not had the ball. Even Keane and Berbatov have done their share of defending. And it's amazing how that helps the team when everyone's doing it.
Just one defeat in 11 games under Juan de Ramos. And that was a home defeat. Dramatic debut in English management for Alec McLeish. O'Hara. We're talking about Tottenham in 2007, Andy, and Robbie Keane's been a huge presence for them. 29 goals he scored in the calendar year for Spurs.
Good. It's very good. But he has a talent, Robbie. Well, it's a derby.
Two of those given prematurely by Rob Styles as well, when he could have played an advantage, one for each side. Here's O'Hara. I feel the risk for Tottenham here might be a little bit of overconfidence. They're pushing their midfield players on. Maybe just a yard or two further forward at times, but with the Gleb and Fabregas waiting to show their class in that area for Arsenal, could be slightly risky.
Yeah, they're just misfiring Arsenal a little. Opening half hour. They actually started the first 5 minutes very brightly, Arsenal, I thought. But just have gone off the boil since then.
Lee. Certainly not reined in to just hold his slot as a left-back defensively. Here's Malbronk. Boateng. Now Malbronk. That's a bit slow to get to him. Berbatov. Now Lennon. Deflection on the cross. Berbatov. they're being encouraged to break the majority inside the Emirates here. We're hoping to see a breakthrough inside the opening half an hour. It hasn't happened. Compliment Tottenham for that. Flamini picked off by Tainio, but here's Clichy. They'll whip it in early towards Adebayor, headed by Kabul. Wasn't a decisive one. Eboué! Robinson called upon this time from Emmanuel Eboué.
We've waited long enough for either goalkeeper to do something that's worthy of a save. And this is near post, you expect to save at that kind of height. And they never worked their way through. Almost gifted that opportunity. Some sloppy defending for the first time from Tottenham.
Now the Sanier, and through the lot of them, collected by Adebayor. Clichy. Eboué. Sanier had to do a bit of retrieving, not once but twice. Berbatov left sitting on the ground, and he hasn't looked particularly enchanted with this occasion, Dimitar Berbatov.
Yeah, I think working on body language might be in the agenda at times.
Jermaine Defoe on the bench again, having the start in midweek cut short by the sending off of Zakora. He was the player sacrificed with a defender on. It's tough on Defoe, that. Sanya. Now Eboué. Coming a great height for Kleb.
No, it wasn't a great ball. There was a chance. Get it into Kleb.
The other of Tottenham's four strikers, Darren Bent, is here. Not named on the team sheet today. He's been suffering recently with a hip problem. Headed by Toure and O'Hara. Goal kick. The challenge was typical of O'Hara and typical of the way Tottenham have gone about their business for 35 minutes. Well, whether he came here as a player available for selection or not quite clear. If he is injured, he's supporting his teammates from one row back of Defoe and Tom Huddleston, who still hasn't quite wormed his way into Andy Ramos's affections, it seems. Bronx tackle, fair enough. Arsenal have scored in all their Premier League games so far this season. This is number 18, O'Hara. Comes up from Keane for the initiative and the intention. Just feel this is a big 10 minutes for Tottenham's hopes of getting something from the game, because Arsenal can crank it up and make a breakthrough before half-time. It's Berbatov.
Gallas is furious. He's not shy in pulling a yellow card out Rob Styles when someone says something he doesn't like. I think he just comes round, wins the ball. Berbatov goes over, and it's a ball one. Kicks the back of Gallas's leg and tumbles down. So,
yellow cards for the dissent.
Absolutely.
And still the consequences of the free kick to come. Jermaine Genius, who's very adept in these situations. Berbatov can certainly steer them. Kabul really likes to blast the ball goalwards. And O'Hara there as well, if a left foot is required. It's Berbatov, and it's catching practice for Almunia. Goalkeeper from Spain, who's never represented Spain, and there is some talk that he will get qualification for England for the time that he's spent working in England.
What?
Well, there are those regulations. If you can have an Italian coach, I guess you can have a Spanish goalkeeper. But here's Lennon, hoping that he's in the Italian coach's plans for his country. Will satisfy a Spaniard at the moment for Spurs. Keane worked it nicely for Lennon, and it's not far away.
Clever
from Boateng.
I think he means that. He's a hugely talented young man, and for once Clichy just gets caught here, gets a little too close to Lennon, and that's all Lennon and Robbie Keane need to work the ball. And I think he picks his spot here. I think that's very deliberate and very, very close to dropping in over Almunia.
Again, reflecting the self-belief that Spurs have brought into this fixture. Not any shyer because of some selection problems, but reacting more to their recent results, which have been very good.
Well, I mean, a huge amount of attempts in this half. Only one genuine save.
Berbatov rather waiting for the throw. O'Hara. Now Tainio. O'Hara. Lennon keeps it in. Tainio's comfortable enough. Nice makeshift role for him at right back. O'Hara with time on the ball. Probably didn't get that when he was playing for Millwall.
No.
He had a good spell also at Chesterfield last season. Tainio again. Across to Chimbonda. Malbrock. Really offering him an angle on the left. Malbrock confident in possession, biding his time. Supported at closer quarters by O'Hara. Well, Tottenham enjoying themselves at the Emirates.
Yeah, this is a real frustrating passage of play for the Arsenal. Tottenham have, kept possession there, didn't really go anywhere. But look at that last 10 minutes, Tottenham having the ball, Arsenal frustrated without it.
Change of pace by Sanya away from Keane, taking on Lee now, and to make something happen at the other end.
Ball's gone out. I think it's been a really ordinary first half, I have to be honest, and Tottenham won't mind that. They'd be happy that the second half's as quiet and as ordinary as this one. Oh, he's given a corner. Looks like that ball that went out and actually flicked off the defender who was closing Sanya down. The linesman's right in that corner, so he would see any little nick, and that's exactly what happened. Linesman straight to the corner flag with his decision.
Touré! Robinson parries it away.
There we go, a jail there, Tottenham. That was really poor marking.
Fabregas.
You know, you defend the corner against Arsenal, you go Dallas, Adebayor, Toure. They're the three main ones that you got to make sure you mark. But look at this, up he rises. Chimbonda's lost him totally. Gets underneath the ball. It's there to be saved. He deals with it quite well. Gets it out the danger area, the goalkeeper. But he'd have been disappointed if that had beaten him. That close to him.
Two saves that he's made have been straightforward ones.
Yep.
One from Toure, the other from Adebayor. Lennon. Oh, numbers in there again, including Malbronk, who made the header. He chases back, and Arsenal caught dilly-dallying again. Boateng. O'Hara. This is Lee. And Keane going to the near post. He got there in front of Toure.
Corner. Do you know, this is one of those halves I think Landy Ramos wouldn't want half-time to come, and neither would Tottenham, because Arsenal have been that poor and his side have been comfortable, and they're starting to just grow in confidence a bit and ask a question or two of their own. And I think the last thing they need, Tottenham, right now is that half-time whistle.
O'Hara does bring a natural left foot into the team with his promotion. The ball coming off the near post. And Arsenal a bit lucky with the ricochets, and again Gallas doesn't get it away. But, maybe a bit sharper the second time. Rosicky. Adebayor on the burst. Great work by O'Hara.
Super tackle. You know, I wonder if a manager like Ramos would be bold enough to say to his team, listen lads, at half-time, they're here for the taking today.
Berbatov allowed to bring it down and go on. Fabregas didn't foul him. Rob Starr shakes his head.
Yeah, I thought he's right there. Referee, spot on. Berbatov lent into Fabregas, hoping to catch the referee's eye and get the free kick. And Arsene Wenger's got some work to do in these 15 minutes of half-time to get his team playing, because they haven't done first half.
O'Hara on the ball again.
He's been good, confident.
And here's Keane found by Tanio. Handball given.
I wonder what the thought process is for Arsenal when it isn't going well for them. You know, when the passing game that they place so much emphasis on isn't working, Martin.
Well, they haven't got into their stride, Arsenal. Juande Ramos' Spurs can take some credit for that. And Jamie O'Hara, who's come through the ranks at Spurs, waited a while for this chance to start a game. And he's doing well. Tottenham are doing well. At half-time at the Emirates, it's 0-0.
Impressive Tottenham. George Graham is with Jamie Redknapp and myself. Their thoughts when we come back on a half that's seen Arsenal largely frustrated. And for the most part, Spurs on the front foot. But no breakthrough yet.
Play that trick. I was listening there.
January football on Sky Sports. Premier League action.
What an opportunity. Absolutely stunning. Wow.
The Carling Cup semi-finals.
That is absolutely sensational.
The FA and Scottish Cups.
Incredible stuff.
And the Football League. A great lineup of football in January on Sky Sports.
Tell me what's a man to do to get close to you. I'm just lonely.
Jameson Irish whiskey.
Not too long ago, finding out about a new film, mentioning it to a friend, figuring out where the cinema is, and booking tickets needed more than just a phone.
Carter and Lee are back in the best Rush Hour yet.
I've never been with an American man before. Neither have I.
Rush Hour 3 on 2 Disc DVD Boxing Day.
Check it out, everybody, here we go. Non-stop, keep it jumping off the floor. Jump! Bust through the roof like whoa. Rose to the top with the cream of the crop. We getting down in your town. Spread that funk all around. Stomping on the ground. Yeah, we be up in the place.
Awesome, terrific, 10 out of 10, beyond spectacular, a must. This year's Christmas blockbuster.
Let's go!
The Golden Compass.
My career in skating has lasted so long because I continue to challenge myself. Whenever I learn a new trick, I want to keep pushing it. If I do a grab, I want to tweak the grab, or I want to flip into the grab. I just love that skateboarding continues to challenge you. Proving ground is the same way. The fact that you can skate in your own style and create your own way, that's what I love about it. This is my story. What's yours?
Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. Every skater has a story. Create yours.
Are you alive? Fuel for Life. The fragrance by Diesel. Use with caution.
All these years, you've gone through the day without email like this in your pocket. Or stock updates like this in your pocket. Or internet like this in your pocket. And you survived. The question is, how?
Are we going out then? Go out there in the freezing wastes?
You must be mad.
It's my birthday. It is his birthday. It is his birthday. Well, why didn't you say so?
Of course we're going out.
Is it smart?
Smart casual, probably.
Yeah, oh, come on then, guys, let's go.
Just brighten it up.
Listening there?
It's more live football later. First up, it's Wolves against Leicester at 5:15 on Sky Sports 1. And then two from Spain, Zaragoza against Valencia at 7 on 3. And Sevilla against Racing Santander follows at 9 o'clock, again on Sky Sports 3. No goals here. George Graham and Jamie Redknapp are with us. Have Tottenham been good, George, or are Arsenal just a touch off the pace?
Well, the first 45 minutes I thought Arsenal would have dominated the game, dominated possession. Instead of that, I've seen Spurs are really shocked to me. I think they've been well organised, good team discipline, and it made it very difficult for Arsenal, especially in the midfield third of the pitch, Richard, where Arsenal, that is their strength. They flood the midfield there with really clever players, good passing, good movement. And to be fair today, whether it's Arsenal or below par, but I would actually praise Tottenham in the middle of the field. I think they've done absolutely superb. Malbranque actually pushing right in and making, you know, equalling Arsenal in the midfield numbers. But Arsenal, to me, down the right side of the pitch, there's a gap a mile wide, and they should be bombing down there. I'm really surprised with Arsenal's play today. Not just their midfield, but even the fullbacks who love pushing on, you know, with great pace. I'm not seeing that today at all.
There's one or two frustrated in there, isn't there, in red jerseys?
There is, yeah. I mean, George has summed up very nicely. I mean, they've been sloppy, Arsenal. The main contributors to this Arsenal team that we've been watching this year are the likes of Fabregas and Kleb. And what they've done, the likes of Jamie O'Hara, the likes of Boateng, they've got round this little man. They know that he's the maestro in the team. Look at Robbie Keane. Look at O'Hara snapping at his heels. He forced a mistake. Normally, he doesn't ever give the ball away. He's giving the ball more away in the first half than what he's probably given away all season. Again, Jamie O'Hara gets round him. Because when you play against Arsenal, the most difficult thing is they've always got an extra man in there. Adebayor has played up front on his own, but never once have they been able to join him either, George, have they? You've not seen Kleb running on to join him. It's just been really bitty, sloppy play from Fabregas and the Kleb and Flamini in that midfield area. So I've been really impressed with Jamie O'Hara as well from Tottenham's point of view. It's his first game in there. He played last week against Portsmouth. He played on the left-hand side. He's played central midfield today, and that's where, when I was at Spurs with him, that's exactly where he played. And he looks like he's come on a bundle. Really impressive. He's hit long balls. He's tackled. And against Arsenal in the midfield, it's the most difficult area to play against them because they're so good in there, aren't they?
I've been reading for weeks now about how bad Tottenham are defensively, you know. And today, you know, it's a different defence. Now, whether that's because they're well organised today, they're disciplined, plus the midfield five in front of them are really working their butt off. So they're making it difficult for Arsenal, but they're really surprised by the performance.
But for me, from Tottenham's, like, if you felt Spurs had maybe come in and gone 4-5-1 and contained them and made it difficult and put, you know, like what Jose Mourinho said, put the bus in front of the goal, that'd be different. But they haven't. They've played 4-4-2. They've tried to express themselves. Lennon on the right-hand side has had a good contest against Clichy. They've kept Berbatov and Keane up there, which has occupied the two centre-halves of Arsenal, because sometimes you see Gallas and you see Toure coming on, but that hasn't happened today.
But I still think, Jamie, that down the right side of Arsenal, they should really be bombing on there because Malbranque is actually pushing in and really playing almost central midfield. Those two should be really exploiting that situation, but they've had to get down there more than once.
Spurs have been really good, really good.
And there has been no way through for the Gunners so far. It is goals at half-time. It's Tottenham fans who, well, they've been here before, in fairness, haven't they, and ended up disappointed. But at the moment, it's them who are on the front foot and very pleased with what they've seen so far.
Don't rush around doing your last-minute shopping. This week at Argos, there's up to half price on hundreds of Christmas gifts. Save up to half price on kitchen appliances, an amazing range of audio equipment, and save up to half price on electrical beauty products. Reserve online and then pick up in an instant, with quick pay kiosks now in every store. And shop for it, Argos it.
One, two, three, four.
Beck's Beer, the imported 4% lager. Beck's quality, beer percent.
Lara Croft, Tomb Raider Anniversary, out now on Wii.
To You, Love Me.
Welcome to Lovejoy and Redknapp's Best of Football DVD. That is a great goal.
I knew you'd like that one.
Genius. Look, how do you miss? Look at him there.
Unbelievable football moments.
Absolutely brilliant. I've never heard of him, have you?
No.
We have now, though.
Lovejoy and Redknapp's Best of Football. The only football DVD you need this Christmas.
Christmas, a time of togetherness. And there's no reason it shouldn't be when you have every website you'll ever need on your mobile. Vodafone. Make the most of now.
When you want the best, there's only
Bond. James Bond.
Restored, remastered, and looking better than ever.
No more foreplay.
License to Kill, Price to Thrill. The James Bond Ultimate Edition DVD sets. Own them now.
Gold is cold. Diamonds are dead. A limousine's a car. Don't pretend. Feel what's real. That's it. J'adore. J'adore. Dior.
Dr. Robert Neville. I'm a survivor living in New York City. If anyone is out there, you are not alone.
I Am Legend.
Gillette Fusion. So close, so comfortable. It's Gillette's best shave. Give your man Gillette Fusion and get yourself a new man. Gillette Fusion, the gift you'll both appreciate.
History now. Living it. Making it. Magic. Real magic.
It can happen every day. You just gotta want that feeling. And if you like it and you want it, you'll get greedy for it.
Tomorrow's football. First up, it's Newcastle against Derby at 1:30 on Sky Sports 1. It's a double-header for Super Sunday. It's followed very quickly by Blackburn and Chelsea at 4. Again on 1, both matches available in high definition, channel 408 with a Sky HD box. And how about that one? Barcelona against Real Madrid. The first half is live from 6 on Sky Sports 3, second half on 1. After we've finished at Ewood Park and, of course, Andy's look back on the weekend's football in the last word. So I wonder what Arsene Wenger would have been saying to his team right now, because there's not been too many occasions this year, has there, when Arsenal have been confronted with a problem like this?
No, personally, Richard, I would actually press. I would press a lot higher up the pitch. You know, they're at home today. I would say, right, we're going to play the majority of the second half in Tottenham's half. Because when you're good players and talented, you know, and got the ability, the technical ability that Arsenal have got, tight situations is not a problem to them. So I would say press the 20 players in that half, and we can handle it. Can Tottenham handle tight situations? I don't know.
It looks to me a little bit as well, George, where Arsenal have played a little bit like they've looked at the Spurs team sheet beforehand. They've seen 3 or 4 players not playing. They think, well, listen, we'll turn up today and we'll beat this Spurs team, no doubt about it. Something will happen. We'll get a goal sooner or later. And it hasn't happened that way. Spurs have been very well organised, and Arsenal, to win this game, have got to raise their game. They really have to, otherwise Spurs will get out of this with a great result.
What's that? Have they got the ambition to go on and win it?
I think if you said to Juande Ramos now, you're going to take a 0-0, he would be delighted. Another clean sheet, which they've really struggled with, and a good point to come here. It'll be a great result from the draw.
Commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Well, Richard, there's a bit before that can be confirmed. Spurs haven't been involved in the Premier League in a goalless draw for 14 months. Arsenal for almost 2 years. But it is 0-0 at the start of the second half, and I've seen a lot of extra Players here, particularly ex-Arsenal players, will be thinking derby days are a bit different from when they were involved. The Frank McClintocks and John Radfords, because this non-English Arsenal have almost treated this as another game so far. As if maybe they don't quite know all the history. Here's Rosicky. Kleb. Offside.
It's close, but I think he just drifts linesman right in line. Ball's only travelling 10 yards, so it's quite a comfortable decision and an easy one to make. And the right one.
Fourth official is Peter Walton, who's glad he's doing that today, having been pressed into running the line in the Carling Cup match at Stamford Bridge on Wednesday.
We'll have a look at this Arsene Wenger, I guess, for 15-20 minutes. Got decent players on the bench. He wants to change it, Bendtner and Eduardo in particular, fresh from that very, very good victory at Ewood.
Neither of them have scored in the Premier League, though.
Well, now's the time, would you think? That's what he'll be saying to them if he needs a goal from them, I'm sure, Arsene Wenger. You've done it in other areas, go and do it in this league.
Flamini. Sanya. Aware that he had a bit of time. Paul Robinson's kicking is usually a great advantage to Tottenham. He gets tremendous distance, and Berbatov often does hold it up. He didn't that time. The kill was a bit loose by Lennon in the circumstances. Fabregas. Rosicky for Fabregas. And Adebayor. Arsenal have clicked into gear. And Adebayor has made Tottenham pay again.
Well, he might have been at the end here, but that little magician again plays his part. And if it wasn't for him, the chance is not created. It's the one thing about class. You can suppress it for a time, but you can't forever. And this is what this young boy's all about. Watch his involvement here. First a little pass there, Rosicky does well, but watch this, he has to fight off Tainio, and then he's got the vision to know where Adebayor is. He's already got the picture in his head, and the little back heel says, on you go, son, put us in the lead. It's a brilliant start for Arsenal. Lovely finish, just unreal-like, wasn't it? Opened his body up. How many times did we see the Frenchman do that for this side over the years? That corner, that slot.
Fashioned by Fabregas and slotted home by Adebayor. Here he goes again. He's already become the first player to reach 10 in the Premier League this season. And that's Fabregas. It's just fading away from Robinson's left-hand post. The different expression on Tottenham faces now.
He just apologises to Adebayor because the chance was his to take. Adebayor saying, well, you might have slid it down the side for me. He might have done, but why not take the shot on?
Frustrated Fabregas in the first half, but they're down to business right at the outset of the second period, and now Spurs, who did show, to their credit, plenty of ambition in the first period, got to produce a cutting edge to go with it. Berbatov. O'Hara. Berbatov again. O'Hara in early. Berbatov involved in the build-up play, so there's no height in the middle, and only Robbie Keane in there. Boateng.
It's a bit like
trying to get it through the middle. Sorry, Andy.
Sorry, I was saying it's a bit like, you know, form is temporary, class is permanent. Would suit that young man, wouldn't it?
You can usually trace a goal back to the opposition presenting a possession. Was it Aaron Lennon that time?
Yeah, the little back heel. Yeah.
O'Hara. Off goes Lee. Touched away from him by Adebayor. Good balance for Arsenal defensively. Adebayor, of course, has played a lot of right back, and Sanya is caught a little bit forward as he was then. Berbatov. Well, from the neutral perspective, maybe it's the ideal start to the second half. Spurs now have to try and press on a bit more. Arsenal so well equipped to punish any overcommitment. It would be the risk for Juan de Ramos. And also got the ball. It's almost as if they were just going to be as lacklustre, almost lackadaisical as they had been through midfield in the first half, but the edge was evident and Tottenham paid the price. Team in London is the cry. Arsenal by far the most successful team in league football in London. 13 titles, 3 for Chelsea, 2 for Spurs. All of the other London clubs have registered in that respect. Adebayor, 6 in his last 5 now against Spurs. Eboué. Fabregas. Flamini. Adebayor. Zitsky wanted it on the left. Eboué. And Chimbonda taking his time. Might get a free kick at the end of it with Eboué all over him. By Flamini's head, but here's Lennon. Into trouble. Toure driving Arsenal on again, and Fabregas didn't quite expect that. Robinson did, and here it was a ball that he could claim. Rosicky. Clichy. The ball can't clear. Adebayor almost in again. The tackles are becoming a little bit more desperate defensively for Spurs.
Yeah, we'll learn a little bit more about them this half, you feel. Now they have to chase Arsenal down.
Kleb, Eboué. Arsenal corner. Second goal can be very important.
No rush, says Fabregas, strolling across to the corner. Well, they did warn him. He has now scored against you.
Taken by Fabregas. Skipped up away from Adebayor, but he was rapid in his recovery. Touré.
Well, we've got both centre-backs now out in the touchline. And Chibonda's just got himself back.
Ruditsky. Gallas almost reluctantly making his way back to defend, having stayed in the middle. Those centre-backs wide. Last line put in a cross. Gallas again. The leader of the pack. O'Hara. 10 minutes gone in the second half, during which Emmanuel Adebayor collected his 10th Premier League goal of the season. O'Hara. Got to keep their heads, Tottenham, and try and use the ball well when they keep it, and Keane trying to run in behind from O'Hara's pass.
I think the main difference being now is that you know, first half at 0-0, they were happy just to keep the ball at the back, pop it about. Now they're going to have to think forward a little earlier than they might want to.
Adebayor. Now Clichy. Berbatov coming back to intervene. And finding Malbronk. Nobody wide left at the moment, or Lee's trying to get there, and he will. Keane waiting by the penalty spot. Berbatov at the edge of the area. Here's Boateng, spiralled up off Fabregas. And O'Hara is struggling. He won't want to come off, having waited, probably wondering whether he'd ever start a game for Spurs. This is it. Had a really good first half. Juan de Ramos, considering the options. Tom Huddleston clearly preparing behind the Tottenham coach. To go 4 points clear at the top for Arsenal. Keane. Malbronk. O'Hara. Seems to be okay. Prepared to work it at the Arsenal midfield. Pleb. Spun away from him. Styles his angle on it. It was maybe a little better spirited gesture of dissent, but it was a gesture of dissent from Boateng. And Gallas was yellow carded in the first half, something maybe a bit more verbal. Adebayor. Gallas. Arsenal can do this now, they have the lead. Tom Huddleston is ready to come on. And Boateng, having caught the referee's eye with his dissent, it's definitely in the book for the tackle. He's lucky that he didn't get a yellow card. Maybe he wouldn't have made the challenge if he'd been booked a few seconds earlier.
No, you can't argue with that. That's pretty straightforward, that decision, isn't it? A little rash, a little bit of frustration.
And it is Kevin Prince-Boateng who's number is up. So his first experience of playing against Arsenal ends around the hour mark. Tom Huddleston, about whom there's a lot of debate amongst Tottenham fans.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? You know, it's one thing they all agree on is the boy's got talent. He can pass the ball, he can make things happen.
I'm told, Andy, that Wandy Ramos has changed the diet for the Tottenham players, the food that they get at the training ground. A lot more salads and, if you like, Latin cuisine. Whether Huddleston's going to benefit that from just natural weight loss rather than having to go onto a regime. This is Adebayor and Adebayor. Rosicky coming in at pace. Adebayor going down a cul-de-sac. Toure. Fabregas. Arsenal scored early in the second half. Spurs still very much in the contest. Rosicky, the second goal might change that. Here comes Arsenal's way. Clichy running out of room at the end. And a lot has been made of Tottenham's troubles this season. It cost Martin Yoli's job, but we shouldn't forget, Andy, they finished fifth the last two campaigns. And but for Lasagna Gate 2 seasons ago, they would have finished fourth and Arsenal would have finished fifth. So, the last couple of years, not different from the Gunners just this season. Led by Robinson.
Yeah, I don't expect that to continue. I do expect Tottenham to rise up the league. Certainly the club's up to Newcastle, certainly within catching distance, and that's top half of the table. And it'll just be a matter of how well they finish the season, I think. Whether they can get some business done in January or not remains to be seen.
Rosicky, Adebayor, now Adebayor. And Rosicky, the ball probably a bit relieved that didn't stick at the feet of Thomas Rosicky.
Well, it's one of those that can as well. You know, when you just put your toe on it like that, sometimes just deaden the pace and it sits there. That one just gets away from him. Probably because Kabul kicks his leg at it.
Tottenham have got Fulham at home, Reading at home. Means that they would really go into expecting to win. Uncertainty, of course, around Craven Cottage with the departure of Lawrie Sanchez. Sanya's throw. Chimbonda really hoisting it, but Lennon's first touch was good. Arsenal were around him quickly. Fabregas trying to get it in behind Kabul, who concentrated on the ball and got it.
Well, they need to do something, Tottenham. In the 15 minutes or so since they went behind, they've really not created a thing.
Berbatov. Now O'Hara. Tonio coming forward. Bend it in towards Keane. He's looking to get across the defender. Half a pint doesn't matter then. Adebayor's on his own. Usually doesn't faze him. He's having a look to see where is the support. And Huddleston dispossesses him. Well, in the best part of 65 minutes, there's been one really high-class Arsenal attack, one typical Arsenal attack, and it's the difference between them and their North London neighbours. Here's Lennon. Huddleston waiting on the edge of the area. Keane's unmarked! He's hit the bar! Well, it was a great chance for Tottenham to level it up.
Well, Sanya's turning around and saying to Bowie, where were you? What were you doing? Because I see Sanya's run in there and he's gone in all the way with Malbranc. And that just means that Keane pulls onto the back post and his eyes light up when this is dropping on his right foot. He sees it all the way. He's a very accomplished volleyer of the ball, and that is a golden opportunity.
That would have been his 30th goal of 2007 for Tottenham, and one of the most vital. Keane again. Berbatov! 1-1. This one hits the back of the net, and Spurs have struck, and Keane's disappointment turns to delight. It's Dimitar Berbatov. Arsenal 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1.
Well, how he gets the shot in, I've no idea, and how it gets past Almunia, I've no idea. It's just power as he gets in behind. He really should be doing better there defensively, but as he controls it, he just smashes it all in the one movement. No finesse at all from Berbatov, but just touch and thrash it. Well, I don't know whether they'll be picking the bones out of that. Whether Len Jamin will have an opinion about the goalkeeper, he probably will. But Arsene Wenger won't be happy that his goalkeeper's beaten there from that kind of angle.
Yeah.
Booking for Berbatov, tugging the shot.
Well, Berbatov, who's been on the periphery of the game, really, has now emerged prior to the booking with a shot that took a touch as it flew past Almunia. And the last quarter of the game going to be highly significant here. Flamini trying to dart into the penalty area. Kabul, there is Flamini. Trying to guide it down for Fabregas. It was behind his fellow midfield man. Sanya, the assistant, is flagging against Malbranc. Arsenal wasting no time taking the free kick. Adebayor! Would have really infuriated Spurs. It was a defendable ball, really.
Yeah, from this kind of angle it is. Yunus Kabul should be dealing a bit better with that. He just gets up early. Adebayor. Header's not an easy one. Arsenal have it all to do again now. They've only put one piece of play together, you mentioned it, the goal. Apart from that, they've been really ordinary.
Yeah, what's been disappointing for Arsenal is twofold, really. The way they played in the first half and the way they played since the goal. And the unpredictability that is Derby Day been reflected, well, in two Tottenham moments. One Keane against the bar, and then Berbatov exercising Tottenham's right to reply. Huddleston. And Juande Ramos and Gaspoet debating here with Jermaine Defoe.
I'm just watching the lowers man. Nicholas Bendtner's just been called back.
Fabregas has lost the ball. As well looking at the game, Andy, at the moment, because here come Tottenham with Lennon. He's just cleared Berbatov. Rosetsky, Adebayor. Game is spread at the moment. Antonio's infringement.
Do you know, I sometimes think a foul can just be a foul. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Why do you have to bring out a yellow card for almost every free kick?
The game littered with stoppages. All with Arsenal Arsenal chances.
Gallus flattened at the edge of the box there. I'm not so sure if he ran into Tottenham player, one of his own.
Number 10 shaken up and out of position. The other number 10, Robbie Keane, takes it up for Spurs, and here's Malbronk. Backed up by O'Hara. He's still trying to get back. O'Hara again. Contact with Clichy. Free kick to Tottenham. Nicholas Bendtner limbering up for Arsenal. Jermaine Defoe waiting for the signal to come on for Spurs. Both the camps waiting for the free kick to be taken. By Huddleston. O'Hara. Berbatov. Down he goes. Did Rob Stiles see that through the crowd of players? He did. And all the beseeching in the world won't change his mind from Kolo Touré. It's a penalty for Spurs.
It's a penalty for me. My first reaction is penalty. Berbatov's skill, I think, embarrasses Kolo Touré here as he nicks the ball away and he catches his standing leg. That's a penalty for me as he goes in. There you go. There's no argument in my mind. First impressions were penalty kick.
Yeah, and it was just whether the referee could see it through the posse of players around him, and he did. And it looked a very good decision from Rob Stiles. Tottenham were 1-0 down early in this second half. This to lead Arsenal by 2 goals to 1. Robbie Keane, it's saved by Almunia. Now Bronk is there. And Almunia gets all the applause from the Emirates except from the Tottenham end.
Well, he doesn't miss many, Robbie Keane. He's normally hugely accomplished. And they put the ball on the spot.
Sorry, Andy, here come Tottenham again. You're right, though. Hugely accomplished. He's hit the bar, and he's had a penalty saved on his return from suspension, Robbie Keane. Kleb. What a let-off for Arsenal. Rosicky. Here's Fabregas. Sanya. Eboué. Adebayor with the spin. Almost Henry-like. Here's Berbatov. Keane makes a run. There's support from Lennon as well. Berbatov looks for Keane, cut out by Clichy. Tottenham have plenty back.
Yeah, they haven't overcommitted. 3 went forward, but 7 stayed back.
Clever play by Rosicky. And Rosicky ending up on the ground.
Yeah. Well, Huddleston's the one who got close to Rosicky there. And he just tried to go and run in the box. And he make your mind up here. He gets in front of Huddleston. He just pushes him out the way. Get out.
Certainly seen those given. Meanwhile, Eboué off. The international from Denmark, Nicholas Bendtner, comes on for the corner. And Robbie Keane, to compound what's been a poor day by his standards, goes off volleying against the bar, putting a penalty too close to Almunia. On comes Defoe, of course, missed a crucial penalty himself recently at West Ham. What an arrival for him. Arsenal lead again. A super substitution from Arsene Wenger. A first Premier League goal for Nicholas Bendtner. It's 2-1 to the Gunners.
It's funny, innit? A new player comes on, he goes, you're defending a corner. Who marks him? Whose job is it? Did they get the message through? Could they from the bench? Is it Huddleston that's with him? It is at the back post. Watch the two of them. And it's not a deliberate block off, but it's a brilliant run from Bendtner, because as he runs past Adebayor, look at Huddleston, straight into the back of him, provides the block that Bendtner needs. Well, it's a free header from 6 yards and he doesn't disappoint. Well, that's what you call a substitution, eh?
Well, you said, Andy, a few minutes ago when I pointed out that neither he nor Eduardo had scored in the Premier League. Those are statistics to be changed. And Bendtner given the chance. Well, it was a fairly ordinary first half, in truth. Certainly by North London derby standards. But it's all happening in the second.
Well, I think for an hour, apart from the Arsenal goal, certainly until Robbie Keane hit the bar, I think it'd be quite an ordinary game, Martin. Yeah, one grace with one magic moment. But since the hour mark, we've had 15 minutes where it's all happened.
Lee, it is the Premier League. Lee. Berbatov lurking.
Well, it started for Arsenal at this moment. Keane fancies it, Almunia stops him. And what a big, big moment that might be in this match. Guessed the right way, wasn't anywhere near in the corner from Robbie Keane. Far too close to the goalkeeper.
Euro for your thoughts, Jens.
Yeah, well, he might have been thinking when the equaliser went in, I might get a chance. Maybe not now. That's not out, is it?
And under 3 minutes later came Nicholas Bendtner at the other end.
Well, such is life in this league. When you don't take advantage against the good sides, even when they're playing poorly, then you usually pay a price.
Berbatov.
I think what Arsenal are showing us this season as it goes on, Martin, is that, yeah, we know they've got the skill, the ability, the quality, the class, all the great things, but they're adding character to that, because they haven't played well today and they've had to dig deep within themselves.
Tanio has had a yellow card. A little bit of maybe seasonal goodwill to the player who was actually born in Lapland, where there's always plenty of seasonal goodwill. Bendtner trying to show that he wasn't really pushing away at Chimbonda. Andy, Almunia for England. Won't be music to Paul Robinson ears. He's trying to get his England place back. We heard it for a few months about Carlo Cudicini, of course, had never played for Italy and has been in England even longer than Almunia with Chelsea. Here's Bendtner. And while he's been waiting his opportunities in Arsenal senior side, is shall we say, never lacked confidence.
I know.
To deal with the moment when it comes. Adebayor. Arsenal really weren't able to fully control it when they were 1-0 up. How will they go at 2-1? Pleb losing out to Lee. Here's Malbrook. Pleb comes back with a foul. And it's the 18-year-old French youth international, Adel Tarabt. who is an attacking midfield player. He's coming on for the left back. Lee Young-kyo.
Yeah, they're just going to move O'Hara back to left back, I think.
Lee Young-kyo, replaced by 19, Adebayor.
Well, they're quite high up the pitch there, isn't it? The starting positions, but back they go.
Tucked in by Huddleston. Trying to exploit that, probably didn't put quite enough on it. Huddleston again. Berbatov. Very good defending by Flamini. So, took a nick off Chimbonda, unluckily for Tottenham. Now, Arsene Wenger with the thought, I think, more about protecting the lead,
yeah,
adding to it.
Well, I mean, he's very specific with substitutions at this time in the game. If they're chasing it, obviously, he just gets as many attacking players on as he can. And when they've got the lead like this, it wouldn't surprise me if one of the wide players comes off. Fabregas moves to a wider area, and Gilberto just tucks in beside Flamini in the centre of midfield. So I think Fleber, Rosicky will be coming off.
No, he didn't do badly with the Bendtner substitution, did it? And that was the former philosophy that you outlined. Then get the forwards on, and they're not winning. Expect a bit of screening in front of the back four from Gilberto. It is Alex Leb, who hasn't been at his more influential today. Remains a popular figure here. How long he remains here is a question. He doesn't want to leave Arsenal, Gilberto, but he does want a longer deal, and the club are prepared seemingly to offer him.
That looked every bit a foul throw. Cliche.
Chimbonda above Fabregas, who gets another unattended header that time. Bendtner, Adebayor. Needed the strength as well as speed. Gallas. That's superb vision by Huddleston. Perat. Taking on Sanya. And Rob Stiles asked the question about another Tottenham penalty. This time he says no.
Well, he was square on it, the referee. He could not have been in a better position, probably the best position on the ground of anyone to make this decision. But how close is it? Does Sanya get the ball? Well, I'll tell you what, I guarantee you one thing. If that's not in the penalty area, he's getting a free kick 10 out of 10 times.
Must have thought Spurs, Robbie Keane, a 10 out of 10 penalty taker.
Yeah.
But in the big one, the North London derby, Spurs will be looking back, it seems, at a moment that turned the tide the other way. Tanya, Defoe. Scored a winner recently against Manchester City, and scored again against the same opposition in the Carling Cup as well. Who's a bit about his play. Malbrook did his best, particularly in the first half, to give Tottenham initiative on the ball. Coming towards the final 5 minutes, and Spurs looking for late drama here. Berbatov headed out by Flamini, and as far as Huddleston is a wonderful strike with the ball. It clips Defoe on the way through. Quick reminder for you of Sunday Fair. Newcastle against Derby, 1:30 Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports HD1, followed by Blackburn against Chelsea. Arsene Wenger just back from Blackburn. Talked about a battle there in the latter stages. It's a battle on here to ensure that they stay ahead of Spurs in these closing stages. Whilst they've been used to scoring goals late, Tottenham have conceded them late this season.
Well, he's been here, Arsene Wenger, hasn't he? He knows what's required. He'll know that even in his championship winning seasons, it's days like this that define whether you will be in the mix at the end or not. It's winning games like this when you're not at your best.
Rosicki, Adebayor. Clichy. At least a free kick. Rob Styles not wanting to add to the list of names taken. Lennon first, Defoe second. The challenges. Jermaine Defoe, who grew up as an Arsenal supporter, cast in the role of trying to spoil the day for the Arsenal fans. Berbatov. He's just stopped Berbatov, expecting the whistle to go. Gallas breaks out. Bendtner. Here's Toure. Gallas's burst has led to nothing, and he jogs almost ruefully back. It's been typical of Fabregas's day, really. His passing has just been a little off the usual radar.
No, the radar hasn't been on for the young man. And as we say, he provided one piece of magic, one piece of normal service. Hugely involved in Arsenal's opener.
Fabregas pressing a mistake out of O'Hara. Gilberto losing his balance and maybe slightly affecting the balance of the team as well, that far forward, but he's back in position now. 2 minutes left, plus added time at the Emirates. Malbronk. Lennon.
Well, he should be. You know, you get that much pace, it's probably not offside. You know, Sagna at the far end, the far side. Or Clichy, sorry, probably playing him on. He's lucky he didn't get booked, actually.
He did knock the ball away, didn't he? Rob Styles was actually looking across at his assistant to make sure the flag was up when that actually happened. Another 60,000 crowd at the Emirates, another £3 million gate receipts. Adebayor. Fabregas. Adebayor again. Tottenham straining to get it away. And O'Hara didn't make much of that. He might have done. Berbatov. Berbatov in danger of letting his frustration get the better of him.
He just brings his arm up. It's hardly what you would call an elbow.
Well, Arsenal close now. in the 90th minute at the Emirates, off Gallas's head, and there's a free kick going Arsenal's way as well. 3 added minutes.
Yeah, still time for a couple of attacks.
Scoring a first goal in the Premier League is great enough for Nicholas Bendtner, but if it turns out to be the winner, so much the better. If it turns out to be the winner against Tottenham when you're an Arsenal man, so much the better still. And that's where we are at the moment. Berbatov. That's Defoe. Almunia takes charge.
You know, I think the one thing we'd wonder about Arsenal, I wonder about Arsenal, is when, you know, the African Cup of Nations starts, and you look at what Kolo Toure gives them.
Yeah,
and I think it's Giroud
back, aren't they? From Birmingham, yeah.
I know that Giroud will come back, and they've got Senderos, but I don't think either of them are as good as he is. And I think the partnership with Gallas is a sound one. It's a real base to build on. And I think they're going to miss that guy, Kolo Toure. I really do.
Gallas. Here's Rosicky. Inside the last 90 seconds now. Picked off by Tanya. Huddleston. Here's Malbronk.
Do you know, I don't think I've seen Arsenal pass the ball as poorly, man, for 90 minutes as they've done today.
Quick word on Spurs, Andy.
Improving. I think defensively, Ramos has got them really well organised, certainly has today. I've watched them, last time I saw them against Birmingham. They lost that game, but you always felt that Birmingham were going to score or could score against them. I haven't had that impression today. They've worked much better as a team. We'll see whether by doing that they're going to sacrifice any attacking that they might want to be doing. They might suffer a little bit because of that, but I think as a team they've improved. We have to remember this is nowhere near what you would consider Tottenham's strongest 11 that are out there today.
Rosicky. Oh, and Adebayor's touch taken in wide, but Bendtner's in the middle. And Rosicky coming in, claimed by Robinson. Spurs are dealing in seconds. Rob Styles looked at his watch.
Last attack.
Lennon. Now Berbatov. Cuts it back to Malbronk. Stolen away by Clichy. And Manuel Almunia penalty save at 1-1 within 3 minutes. Arsene Wenger had sent on Nicholas Bendtner, who scored with his first touch, an unmarked header, his first Premier League goal. But Arsenal players know who to congratulate, as North London pride goes to them. But even more important, the seasonal gift for Arsene Wenger and his players, the precious Premier League points, which ensure the Gunners will be top on Christmas Day. Spurs second best to their neighbours, but it's only the second time Arsenal have done the Premier League double over their nearest but far from dearest. Juan de Ramos beaten here for the second time this season, and he brings Spurs back again next month in the